But Old Row, I actually blocked Old Row on, I think it was GETTR, because I don't know if it's the same person or if someone else runs the accounts, but they have like 10 different accounts on GETTR, and they keep following and unfollowing me, and it was annoying me because the notification kept popping up. And it took me a while to notice it because I'm just like, wasn't that person just following me yesterday? I got a notification yesterday. So then I started paying attention. I noticed every single day a notification for that account popped up. So clearly they were following and unfollowing me constantly. I'm like, why are you doing this? Seems like a good account and all, but I just blocked because I was tired of the notifications. But anyways, he has the best thread about all this going on. We'll skip through it real quick. The Project Veritas coup. A whistleblower has contacted me about the news that James O'Keefe was put on leave and stripped of all authority of Project Veritas. I feel like an idiot because it took me a while to, when people were saying PV, I'm like, what the hell are you guys talking? I'm like, oh yeah, Project Veritas, I'm retarded. This is difficult for me to publish as a staunch supporter of PV for years and even a VIP at their events. I didn't like hearing this either. But what is happening to James O'Keefe is unconscionable, and the attempted hostile takeover of PV needs to be stood against by its supporters. James is a bit of a victim of a poor corporate structure, as a PV is two separate orgs, which had very few board members, a majority, and which had significantly more board members but less money. Okay. According to my source, the situation has allowed two alleged ringleaders of this attempt to push James out of the have significant sway over the others, despite their reasons to essentially meritless. I didn't mean to click on that, damn it. I can still scroll through it. Board members, yeah, we don't really. They're board members if you really want to know. Yeah, it's the type of guy that, you know, I just don't trust that face. What are you hiding there? He's got some secrets. The board held a 6.5-hour struggle session versus James, where they subjected him to constant derision and insults at the instance of Tyram, that's a weird name, O'Hara and Hinckley. I don't know those people. I guess they're board members. Did he have pronouns in the bio? Ah, yeah, he, him. He, him, just in case you couldn't tell. Oh, okay. Hinckley, however you want to say his name, is the ringleader. He was a dude. That's what I heard originally. They're like, because everyone kept saying, oh, the pronouns guy is who got these employees together to go after James O'Keefe. I just don't trust people with that in there. He, him. They, them. D, them, them. The board I already read that, sorry. About 10 employees aired their grievances about James and essentially boiled down to him being a tough boss to work for. I mean, isn't that every boss? At the end of a 6-hour struggle session, Tyreed and fellow board member, I know I'm saying his name wrong, John Gravy, put him on leave and stripped him of all authority. So I heard about this earlier. They had just employees. I heard it was a good shouting match. From everything I was reading before I went live, it was a big shouting match, you know, a lot of cussing, you know, just getting it all out there. How much you hate them, F you, which is insane to do. Is that, like, I never worked for some kind of big corporation, so I don't know. Is that normal to just be like, all right, we're going to let everybody just yell and cuss and scream and do what they want at this dude before we fire him or let him go, put him on leave? I like James too. I mean, look, what he does is, it takes courage, to say the least. And you have to have it right. You have to, I mean, setting all that up to go on these dates, and you think these companies after a while will be like, all right, no one's going on any more dates. But to set all this up, how intricate it is, like, you got to be tough, you got to be firm to be running a place like that. So was he really just like an a-hole boss, or was he just a little stern and strict? Because, I mean, most people running a company like this probably are, and they have to be, to provide good results. Look at Steve Jobs. People hated his guts, but he essentially changed the world. He is Project Veritas, and that was trending earlier. I forget, it was like hashtag James is Project Veritas, I believe was the hashtag that was trending. It was a Stalin-esque kangaroo court trial. That sounds like it to me. The thing that's so very profound to me is that no one seems to grasp John Gravy, and the rest of the board did nothing to stop it. Man had it all scripted all 6 effing hours. So they had it all set up for the get-go. That's what it sounded like. Like the he-him guy got these employees together and was like, all right, let's corner them, say what we got to say, berate them, fire them. There's going to be more to it than just that, but that was the essential kick-out. This comes immediate aftermath of Project Veritas' greatest moment ever, exposing the corruption at Pfizer. Interesting. Which my source thought was extremely suspicious timing. Your source, I think everybody considers that suspicious timing. So they do what I think a lot of people are considering their greatest, their best, their biggest, however you want to word it, video expose on a very, very corrupt company who has gotten... Pfizer has, if you look at their history, it's not just like what went on with COVID. Everything that went on with these painkiller meds. They had the biggest lawsuit like ever for a pharmaceutical company. It's like $2.3 billion, I believe it was. They've been sued like crazy. A lot of lawsuits, a lot of bad stuff with this company. Like, even if you want to ignore the COVID stuff, they have a long history of a lot of corrupt things are getting people sick, getting people killed. They're not a good company. Like, if you want to have a poster child of corrupt businesses, corrupt companies, Pfizer is like the ultimate example. The board of directors should watch what they say while they're on a date. I don't know if you guys saw it. We should put that on before we're done this. The Freedom Tunes guy. Oh my God. He did it absolutely perfectly. They emit so much right away. It's weird. Like, I don't know. Like, if I worked for a big company like that, and you know you're in the spotlight, a lot of people watching you. Like, I think if I was on a date and they were specifically asking like very detailed things about my work, I would start to get a little suspicious. You know, I mean, you talk about work a little bit. I mean, that's going to be brought up in almost any conversation, but when a date's asking you like very, very specific things, it's like, don't you catch on after a while? Like, I shouldn't really talk about that. But I guess that's where the alcohol comes in. Get a couple drinks in you and just get a little cuckoo, a little wacky. James O'Keefe, yeah. He keeps it real. He definitely keeps it real. Some people say they wish that James O'Keefe would release like the full footage of the videos, like not chop it up, which I think is a fair critique. But I mean, you know how much like footage there probably is where there's just nothing interesting happening. Kind of a weird comparison, but I watch a lot of Impractical Jokers. It's like probably the only good show currently on TV. I watch a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and they're like, oh, is this real? Like, what exactly happens? They're like, oh, it's real. We just don't show all of it because there's just hours and hours of just us not getting a reaction or anything interesting happening. The video was hilarious. I agree. Yeah. Let them talk. I think it's retarded. They can kick him out of the company he started. It is crazy how companies work when you really think of it, you know? It's like, you made that. That's your baby. Like, yeah, it's ours now. See ya. With enough money and enough power, these elites, these higher-uppers can make anything happen. It's scary. All right, where were we? You boot the founder right after your biggest win of all time. They must explain. Absolutely. The timing is just, they couldn't have been planning this for a long time. right after they go after Pfizer, this happens. My source believes with enough public support, James could win back support of the board. So please, RT. Maybe with enough. I don't know if these people can be swayed by the public opinion. They're like politicians. They don't give a damn what we have to say. I think everything that's happening, they made up their mind. Maybe they have been playing this for a while, and it was just the Pfizer thing that they're just like, all right, that's enough. He's got to go now. Getting strong-armed. James O'Keefe has done more to expose corporate corruption than almost any journalist. That's true. Well, he does take courage, and a lot of people like that. James O'Keefe leaves. I will no longer support Project Veritas and will support whichever venture he starts instead, which of course he will if he ends up getting outed. My source says the rank and file employees are still with James. The board needs to realize, yeah, it's the board's doing this. That's what I keep hearing from everything I'm reading on Twitter and from other employees, that it's like James has so much support right now. This only is coming from the board and only the board. They got that hush money. That's right. All right, well. It doesn't work. I mean, Gene, like everyone's saying, it was just trending on Twitter that he is Project Veritas. I'm certainly not. Like they put out a video today with, I don't even know who the hell it was. I never seen the reporters before. It was some girl and some dude with a goatee. Didn't recognize them, and it was just like, it just felt like eerie. Like what am I watching here? I know this is Project Veritas, but it's not James. Like they didn't waste any time. They wasted no time. Like, all right, get back out there. Now, some people were thinking, was this all planned to take down Project Veritas? Because they know that they're going to have a lot of boycotts. They know how strong the base is with Project Veritas, and they know that we are going to boycott them. We're not going to watch them anymore. And they knew this, so they did it specifically to just take down the organization as a whole. It's possible. I mean, because they're pretty much unstoppable. Everything they're doing, it's like they always get through to some of the biggest, most corrupt companies, and they just can't stop them. And you think Pfizer's the most corrupt out there? They're probably just getting warmed up. And they're just like, we can't let this go any further. What if they start exposing certain politicians? What if they, find out what really happened to Epstein? It could get, don't know how far it could go, and they see it already, and they're like, we got to cut this off.